Welcome back everyone to Winstons WOW Moments. It's always such a joy and a pleasure to come before you all and share some of our WOW moments that we have along our life. So, welcome back.
This WOW moment, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in life.
Yes.
One of the things that's really has been a great, not just a good WOW moment, has been the WOW moment in the WOW moment. And what I mean by that is, if I would be candid and honest, I didn't really want to do this WOW moment. I felt no one wanted to hear about our life. I thought we were boring. Well, maybe I was. She's not that boring, but I said nobody's going to. But the creative counselor, he would just stay on us. Listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be great. People are going to watch it. And so he got me to do it. And I've just been wowed at the response, the text, the phone calls of all of you that have been enjoying it. So here's what I want to perhaps motivate or inspire somebody with that. This WOW moment, in the WOW moment, I did it slow. I did it really not thinking that it was going to be what it has turned out to be. And I began to share with my wife, how many WOW moments have we put on the shelf? Because we thought it just wasn't going to work. We talked ourselves out of it, perhaps had a great idea, we wrote it down, we talked, but it just never went anywhere. And I don't want it to be in just times that we're living in that we put our WOW moments on the shelf. Go for it. Give it a try. Even if it doesn't work, at least you can say, hey, I gave it all I had and it just didn't work. So whatever it is, your WOW moment, take it off the shelf and just see what'll happen, because Lord knows I never thought that we would be doing this every other week, just sharing about this life that we're living in. So that's been the good. Has there been a good moment, WOW moment with you?
Yeah, I was just thinking about, with you even talking about the WOW moments, for me the good in it was as always therapeutic. Being able to laugh and make light of life and to joke with you and share moments in life. So the WOW moment for me is, it helped me to press forward in a very dark and delicate time in my life of still grieving parents. And so the WOW moment of the WOW moment is, I could smile, and there were those that were smiling with us. So that's the WOW in the WOW moment.
Because, you know, WOW moments are not always just good moments. They're bad WOW moments. They're ugly WOW moments. That's just life. But so we just share the good, the bad, and ugly. So that's our good. But now there's something that I have to share with everyone. Listen, this may not happen again. This like seeing Haley's Comet. You may not live to see it again. But my wife, I checked her for fever. I checked her pulse. I gave her some Dimetap just in case. But
can you even purchase Dimetap again?
yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. She actually looked at me and says, you know something? You were right. She actually said that I was right. Lord knows I went on my knees. I said, am I about to leave here? The Lord about to call me home. She actually said that I was right. I'm going to let her tell you, because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and it was years. This is actually something happened a couple of days ago.
But
this happened some years ago.
But it happened, but it took 3 or 4 years.
For me to admit, okay, he was right. You know, I had to let it marinate.
It took 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, because, you know, it doesn't come around often that I
Haley's Comet.
Yeah, so once in a lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, my husband was right about one thing. Well, several things, but I give him credit for this one. So I'll give you credit for this one. Several things you've been
8
right.
years of marriage, I've been right one time. But anyway, go ahead.
So we have, you know, rental property, and it's one of those things that I just don't quite do. You know, I don't do the things I need to do to really take it as it should be. And so one day somebody called me and they was like, hey, are you all the owner of this property? And I was like, man, it had been vacant for some time. I was like, yeah, we're the owners. And so it was like, well, we're looking to rent it out. And I said, okay, that sounds good. Love, we got a tenant. We got some moving here. And so we went and actually did the inspections, and the tenant was like, you know what? I'll take it. Had the money order, had first and last month rent on the spot. And I said, yes, this is moving. And my husband said, love, I don't have a good feeling about this.
No, I don't have peace about it.
That's what he said. That's what you said. He was like, I don't have peace about this. But all I saw was some piece of money orders right here in front of my face. And so
So go ahead and tell the world. She wasn't studying what her husband was talking about.
I said, okay, I hear what you're saying, but we'll gladly accept this first and last month rent. Y'all, it was the worst situation I could have ever got involved in. And so I had to really tell my husband, you know what? If I would have listened to him, and this is really one of the things I had to think about from a wife perspective, because again, I'm in a leadership position. I encourage people what to do each and every day. So it's really hard for me sometimes to subject and be submissive. I'm saying this on live air, that it's a struggle for me.
Everyone just stop, stretch your hands toward my wife, and just say a little quick little prayer. Just stretch your hands toward the camera and just...
Y'all pray hard. And so it's an opportunity that I'm working on and have been working on. But that was one moment that if the Lord did not show me just how it is important to listen to this man, when he says that he doesn't have peace about something, not only did it took a piece of my joy, it took a piece of my time because I had to take this interview to record, it took a piece of just me having control over a situation, because this was a professional peace taker that we put in the house. And so a professional peace taker. And so if all I would have done was listen to him at that very moment, the Holy Spirit quickened him and said, you know what, help your wife, because she obviously doesn't know what she about to get into. And so I had to fast forward, years has passed, but I was brought back to that moment. And I said, you know what, I did not give you enough credit for the time that you, spend with God, for him to speak to you, through you to me, to help me avoid what I was about to get into. And I had to privately tell him he was right, and I'm publicly telling he was right. And so,
and just in case I'm about to leave here, I love everybody because I ain't never heard this.
Whatever.
So,
yes, you have.
I don't know if love finna call me home or
He's
what.
not quite yet.
But I can't believe this.
Yeah.
This something from COVID that you had, some residue still on you. I know you wore them lashes again. I don't know what's going on, but y'all pray for my wife. But then another wow moment, because you saying I was right is definitely a wow moment, but it was but it was still a wow moment. So the oldest girl, I decided to race her, let her know that I still had it. Did you shake your head?
I just remember.
You stuttering.
I had flashback. Do you remember what happened?
Well, anyway.
I'll tell you from my vantage. I'll let you go.
Haters are everywhere. So I took off like boat. I took off like Carl Lewis. It was wind behind me. I was letting her know just because she was running track, I still had it. Your boy was flying. I didn't stretch before.
Yeah.
And so I tore my Achilles. So because we was in an apartment then. And so in the parking lot of the complex we were living in, I collapsed.
Yeah.
Torn Achilles. Pain all up my leg. They're laughing.
Yes, because we already had said, don't do this. It's not the time. Because she's been in track, and he's like, I can do this, and took off and fell, and I did laugh.
No, all of y'all laughed while I was in the parking lot, face down, in pain.
I know.
And then you said,
that was so wrong of me.
Then you said, nothing's wrong with you, you just embarrassed, get up, and made me drive all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, and back with a torn Achilles.
We didn't make you drive. We didn't know it was a torn Achilles. I honestly thought he was overreacting, because historically men overreact when they don't feel well, when they hurt themselves.
So I had to drive from here to Tennessee using both feet because I had a torn Achilles, but got him there, thank the Lord. We got back, but that was definitely a bad moment.
That was a bad wow moment, because I don't know about any of you all, but have you ever cared for a man and he was down? Down with the worst type of pain, down. Achilles it's tough.
But you never tore your Achilles.
But I read about it and I researched, because I wanted to know the gravity of the pain that you were saying, because I'm like, it can't be this much pain.
Do you know anyone like her who's never been in the medical field? Now she's excellent at what she does, but she can diagnose whatever it is. She's an expert, and I try to have to let her know, you are not in the medical field.
It's the same person now. Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles in the middle of a game. He walked back out on the floor. He was fouled when he tore his Achilles. He walked back on the floor. He shot 2 free throws, and he walked off the court.
And every time I would even act like I was hurt, she had to remind me of what Kobe Bryant did.
Yes, he was walking. He did. He walked.
So, anyway, you know, as you have a couple of birthdays, you know, as time progresses, that at some point you can't do everything like you used to do.
True.
And I know that sometimes I have to remind my wife that she's getting a little older. She doesn't look like it, but she's getting older. And so I reminded her, when you get to a certain age, that, you know, I know when I was young, and if you're limping or you're hurting or you have a pain, it's because you was playing ball and just doing just some type of sports activity. But now when you get a little older, you get hurt getting out the bed, and you be like, my arm hurting, and you get hurt, you know, just putting clothes on, and now you done sprung something, and so I've needed something, because my Achilles are often just have me in pain, and so at times she just hurt sleeping. I don't know how.
You all know you get a crick sometimes. I don't know how it happens. You just go to sleep and you wake up.
That's not a crook. It's age. That's what's old and got in your neck. You call it a crook. It's not a crook.
Yes, it
no,
is.
that's old in your neck.
It's a crook.
Old will get in your neck. It'll get in your leg.
A crook.
It's old. You call it a crook, but it's
and then you have poor circulation sometimes.
It's old.
I'm still young and vibrant.
If you get hurt getting out the bed, I said, what you been running? You went to the gym? No, I got out the bed and stuff.
Wrong.
That's old.
No, we slept.
But but this stuff here,
yes.
this ouch cream.
Yes.
I have been putting this ouch cream. When I tell you this stuff here is anointed, if you don't have some ouch cream, you get it. I put it on my Achilles. Matter of fact, my wife don't even know. When she was asleep, this stuff been working so good. I've been putting it on her heart. Just rubbing it on her heart. This ouch cream. I said, if it can heal my Achilles, then hey. And
my
so
heart.
you've been putting it on your heart while you asleep. So get this right here, this ouch cream. And so we're gonna put, I don't know what's in it, but it's T. Latrice. T. Latrice, you want to get this ouch cream. It has been working miracles.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to say that because I need it, because that's another wow moment. This is the bad. Have you met someone like my wife that doesn't like to take medicine. Will be in all kind of pain, face all bald, all up. My head hurt. You gonna hear this 4, 5. My head hurt. Take something. I never understood that.
Because I think about it, that my body has been equipped to heal itself. That's how I feel. And then I don't.
My body has been equipped to take a Tylenol.
And true. And I have been, you know, nurses and doctors have shared with me that the Lord used medicine to heal. So I've become a little better with it over time, but I'm not going to take medicine immediately upon pain.
I have to give her medication at times like a child. And if I just put it in her hand, she won't take it. She's gonna sit it on the dresser.
I'll put it in my pocket.
Or in her pocket. Or she'll put it in her mouth and then spit it out.
Because I need to see first the container. I need to look at it. I need to read what
Once
is
again,
the ingredients.
you're not in the medical field.
But I can research. I need to see just what type of effects this may result in. And so I would prefer an organic method. We take some herbs and vitamins, and I take those without hesitation.
Now, let me go ahead and give some flowers in this wow moment. Since she's gotten better from COVID, she's really been cooking more. Wow moment. She's been cooking. Proud of you.
Thanks.
That's a wow moment. I hope we get some claps right now because that is a wow. But one thing she did just hurt me to my heart. So she's spaghetti. You can do real good spaghetti and chicken, and she can do real this chili is really good. But what she did that hurt my feelings, I said, Lord have mercy. Made the chili and bought some crackers, and the crackers was called Psst. That was the name of them. Psst. I don't know if y'all ever seen some crackers called Psst. I said, now you know you gotta buy saltine crackers.
They were 99 cents.
But the name of them was Psst. Had my baby talking about, Daddy, can I get some more Psst? I mean, why in the world did you buy some crackers called Psst?
But they were 99 cents.
And they taste like they were 99 cents.
Well, honestly, I have not compared them before. And I said, okay, the saltine was like $3, you know. So I was like, these 99 cents, you know, they're just crackers. You're going to put them in the chili. And so, yeah, my husband does not like, and that's the name.
That's the name of it. That's not a joke. The crackers, the name of them is Psst. When my baby said, Daddy, can I get some more Psst? I was so mad.
So one thing, you know, you can do certain things that's off brand, and it's okay.
Certain things, but you can't do no Psst crackers.
Yeah.
That should have been a red flag. The crackers are called Psst.
They're white with the red. But yeah, were they that bad though? I couldn't tell the difference. The saltine are a little harder and has, you know, more salt. But you put it inside the chili.
I mean, you have to chew, Psst, I know, 15 minutes. We still chewing. Couldn't taste no chili. All I'm doing is just chewing, Psst. Got a mouthful of Psst. Please, don't buy me Psst no more.
Even if they're 99 cents. Okay, all right. I won't do that.
And you can buy some stuff, but.
Okay, so that's something we may need to dialogue. What are some things you can buy, you know, brand, off brand?
You can buy some things off brand, but you can't do the Psst.
Okay, some may disagree. Some may be fans of the.
You get saltine crackers.
Okay. All right, we'll see. See what the comments say.
But a wow moment that was an ugly moment that scarred me, that was painful, was the wow moment when my baby 7 stopped breathing. She was maybe a month or 2?
She was little. I know, a couple of months. Not really, maybe not even 2 months. I believe it was January, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember it being cold.
Yeah, it was cold. And so anyway, my baby her crib was right beside our bed, and me being our new dad was always checking, and she just wasn't really responding. And so I tried to play with her, wasn't responding. Picked her up, she was kind of limp. So I thought that I better wake my wife up. And I can't even believe I'm sharing this. Shame on both of you. But so when eventually my baby, she was not responding, and bubbles were coming out of her mouth. So now I'm in a panic. So now I give her to my wife, thinking, mother, thinking, you know, she's a doctor any other day. And so she looks at her,
and I starts
screaming my baby, gives her back to me. I get her, she's still limp. Now, pretty much I'm panicking. I give her back to my wife, like I don't know what to do. She screams again and says, I don't know what to do. So we're passing my baby like two fools.
Yeah.
But we're in a panic. So finally, as I was rushing down the stairs to take her to the hospital, she started back breathing. She seemed like she was fine. Went back up the stairs, she went limp again.
He left me. Let's rewind it. I'm still in the house, and I guess trying to figure out what's going on. My husband has taken off with the baby, and I'm like, okay, how he's gonna drive with the baby? And I'm in the house, but he left, so he was moving quickly, and I guess I was still trying to gather my mind.
She was still screaming, talking about my baby.
I'm like, oh my goodness. It was just a crazy moment. And then it was cold, so I was trying to find a coat. I remember that.
Okay, so let's go in depths and details. Share with America, and I'm gonna share my part. What did you have on because when I went back up the stairs, when she appeared to be fine, as soon as I went back in the house, she went limp again, and at that point I said, okay, we got to go to the hospital. So what was your garment, your wardrobe that you had on?
Because of course we had on nightwear, and so I was trying to change.
I don't think you tried.
Well, I had a gown, you know, a nightgown, night shirt.
The nightgown probably should have been thrown away probably about 10 years ago.
You know those comfortable gowns.
Comfortable, that's a good way to put it.
Comfortable. And so I just grabbed, you know, Olivia Pope.
But hold on, because you had this gown that probably should have been thrown away 10 years ago.
And then I'm a new mom.
Then you had on these socks that was,
it was cold.
about that thick.
It's
and you had these,
time.
but for whatever reason, with this gown on that should have been thrown away 10 years ago, these socks about this thick. And
it's cold.
And then for whatever reason, you grabbed this mink coat. So that's
the quickest thing I could
So
find.
you had on a mink coat. you had on this potato sack as a gown, and you had on these thick socks.
That was the quickest thing I could. My mind was not there.
Now I didn't make it any better.
No,
because I had the t-shirt. I was trying to put my t-shirt on, and I tore it trying to put it on, but I didn't have time. So I had a ripped t-shirt, and I think I had some
pajama pants. And y'all, when we got
no socks, no shoes. I just left.
He left, and I didn't realize he didn't have on any shoes when we got to the hospital.
But you forgot one. So my baby, not only is she limp, bubbles coming out of her mouth, but what really had me in a panic, her bowels were moving. So she had a bowel movement
on my mink coat,
on a mink coat, and all over me. So we had mess all over us. Now we're flying to the hospital. This is what we look: ripped shirt, no shoes, socks for me, and she got on a mink coat with a potato sack as a dress and these thick socks. We're flying down the interstate.
Yes.
We on 2 wheels. Thank God there's angels with us.
Yes.
We get to the hospital. We come in. I already shared how we look. Babies. We got mess on us. We look like we just left the circus. And do you know that when we came in, and I'm coming in a panic, and I'm saying my baby is not breathing. Here's what the receptionist says: you're going to have to first fill out paperwork. At that moment,
He was John Q, y'all.
I turned John Q. At that moment, I wasn't pastor nobody. All I could think about when John Q said, what did he say? What's that famous line?
He said, I ain't gonna bury my baby.
My baby's gonna bury me. I started banging on the window, saying we have insurance. My baby's not breathing. And I just kept banging on the window. My wife still standing there with this mink coat on that got mess all over. And I'm banging on the window. So finally, the doctors come.
Now that night it was.
The doctors come to see who's doing all this banging. When they open the door, I take my baby in the back. Said my baby's not breathing. We go in the back, left her with that mink coat on. She said I'll stay and do the paperwork. Well, what we found out is my baby had reflux, and the reflux had caused her to stop breathing at the moment. So didn't know what would happen, what was going on, what was happening. So that's what it was. But we look back at it like, you know what? I probably wouldn't have helped us either way we was looking.
And then still, I gotta call this out. I looked down. My husband did not have on any shoes. So all of this is happening, and he is shoeless. So my meat coat, your shoes gone. We were just all messed up.
We were.
But we survived. And 7 is here and rambunctious and doing well. It's just one of those wow moments, a bad one.
It really was. So like I say, in life you have the good, you have the bad, and you also have the ugly. But in time, you try to just certain things just to keep living. And you can be able to go back and laugh at it, because we weren't laughing at that moment. We were just trying to see what was going on. And even if it takes you 3 or 4 years and you're like, you know what, he was right, at least after 3 or 4 years.
You gotta say it.
You gotta say it.
Yeah, and learn from it. That's one thing. It was a hard lesson, but I said, you know what, if he ever tells me that he doesn't have peace about something, it's recorded in time, I am going to listen, because don't want my peace taken like that again.
So tell everybody about your shirt.
So my shirt says wife, mom, boss, essential. And so those are 4 things that I think really embodies me. And so this was a custom shirt. And what you have one. Godfidence, Philippians 1 and 6.
And so if you've noticed during the credits, when my prayer partner, which is AJ Heath, was the victim of a hit and run, was paralyzed in the accident, but he always had a dream of doing t-shirts, and his mom, who's his caretaker, she decided to keep that dream going. And so some of the designs that he had back then, she's resurrected those designs and said, hey, we're going to do the t-shirts in honor of him, support of him, and all the proceeds go to the medical necessities, expenses that goes with that. So if you like her shirt and this shirt, we'll have information concerning that. Matter of fact, if my wife can go get 7, hopefully 7 will come, our model at this time, and she'll show you the shirt that she has. 7.
And then while 7's coming, it's one of those things you said, it was a wow moment, and sometimes that helps people take it off the shelf. And so kudos to mom for helping her son who had a wow moment to pull it off the shelf. And so those are some of the things that in this life we help each other. And so I believe 7 is coming now. So this is something that we have an adult side, but also in children's side. And her shirt reads, let your faith be bigger than your fear.
Okay, and model the shirt. You know how to model the shirt? Show everybody the shirt.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And there's a way that the shirts will have that information.
Yeah, we'll have it during the credits.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to continue to support. And again, don't forget, if you have some wow moments, it's not too late to pull them off the shelf.
Thanks again to the creative counselor for giving us the inspiration and motivation to do this. Thank each and every one of you for being just the encouragement of viewing and watching, the supporting. Thanks for the opportunity for my wife to have a platform that has been so therapeutic for her. Just thank AJ for being the prayer partner and the designs. We want to just say once again, life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, they're all wow moments. And it's what makes up life. So in those good moments, maximize them, enjoy them. Make sure that you squeeze every bit of drop of good, because they're also the bad and it's the ugly. But keep living, keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting, keep being with each other, and just watch that maybe in time like us, you'll be able to laugh and look back on it, or at least say, you know what were we thinking? But God's grace and goodness was still with us. Who knows, maybe 3 or 4 years from now, she'll say I was right about something else.
That's about the average, so that works for me.
All right.
All right, take
Thanks
care,
for joining.
everybody.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Wow.
Wow. 3 years. That was a long time.